Hey everyone, this is the first of a handful of videos going over how to convert your Saiga into an AK-47. In this video, I'm going to be talking about all of the different parts that you're going to be needing to do the conversion. I myself am doing a 762x39 conversion, so if you're doing any of the other variants of the Saiga, it might be different for you. And on top of that, I'm also going to be painting mine and doing a few more things to it, so this is going to be a very in-depth parts list for the most part. First and foremost, I have the Sgm Tri-Rail here. It's USA made. If you haven't looked into the requirements for a weapon like this in the United States, I suggest you do. There's a certain limit as to how many foreign-made components you can have. Just search 922R and you'll find a slew of information about it. So this is one USA made part. It's the Tri-Rail forearm. On top of that, I have the Tapco Intrafuse Saw pistol grip. I have a lot of Tapco parts actually. I really like the quality and everything, and I've seen them in other builds, so I went after that. I have a retaining thing right here. Yeah, retaining plate, my bad. I have the, right here, I got it out of the bag, the AK-74 brake, the muzzle brake. I have a trigger guard, a bolt-on trigger guard actually, so that, once you take everything out and you readjust the trigger system, you can put a new one there. I also, this is a very important part that many people forget, and then they have to wait a while to finish their build, is the pistol grip nut. Since you're going to be, you'll see this in other videos, removing this trigger group and putting the pistol grip here, you need to actually have a nut to hold it in. Here, just because I'm in California, I've actually made very simple to make, a wrap for my pistol grip. That way I can actually run it and it won't be considered an assault weapon in California, so I won't need to get a bullet button or a magazine lock. I actually made this out of a sheet of Kydex. Let me see if I can find it. The sheet originally looked like this, and it's very simple to do. You just put it in the oven at about 250. It gets very, very melty and weird, and then you literally just wrap it around, and then while it's still hot, you just cut it off, and it's not really that big of a deal at all. I'm going to have links to everything that I have here down in the description, so if you actually want to get any of that stuff, feel free. It'll be easier for you. I also have a Tapco Stalk. Again, all of the Tapco parts are USA made, so it makes it very, very simple to conform with 922R. Furthermore, I have a double hook trigger group. Actually, they make it single hook and double hook. My apologies. The Saiga is actually a single hook, so it only has one little slot there, which you'll see. But I'm actually going to be drilling out the second slot, or drummeling out the second slot, so that I can have 2 points to pivot on. I think that just makes it a little bit better, and while I'm in there I might as well do it right. On top of that, I have just a screwdriver that I'm going to need, a pick, which is going to be very, very good for working on, what is it called, getting the springs and everything out of there. 2 punches, just 2 different sizes. It doesn't really matter, just see what really fits properly in there and you'll be fine. But I have 2 different sizes depending on my needs. I'll get into more later, but I also have a tap and die set. That way I can do the bullet button, which I'll again get into later. I have a Dremel, of course. I have a caliper to see exactly what the different dimensions are when I'm making the different parts. And then of course a hammer, which you can sort of see. A hammer, face mask, safety first. Definitely need a pair of safety goggles. And then again, because I'm going to be actually repainting the entire rifle to keep it, I'm not sure if you can tell, but if you look, you can see that there are some scrapes and stuff on there. I'm actually going to be repainting the entire rifle, and because of that I have a stripper, I have brake cleaner to clean it afterwards after I strip it, and then I have Brownell's Alumahide as well, which I've heard good things about. I've never actually used it. Then because I'm going to be working with paint and with metal and everything, I also have a pair of gloves. So again, I have all of the links to the majority of this stuff that I could find again down in the description. And the next video I'll actually start taking this all apart and really getting into the build. See you guys soon.